Great to see you. Good morning.
Great to see you. Good morning.
Thanks for being the person to start off our party this morning for SAC Open Studios Weekend 1.
Oh, it's exciting.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're here. I know that I've gotten to enjoy visiting your studio in real life, and it's fun to see you right now with some paintings behind you, even though we're totally virtual today. Um,
It's
but I,
different.
it is different. It's kind of cool though.
It is
Um,
cool.
Yeah, I love the immediate recordings that we get from this, it's really nice because then we can catch up on all the good stuff that we missed. And I'm going to get to visit all the studios.
That's a difference for sure.
Yeah.
Being around everybody.
So, how are you doing, Pam? How's your work going? Can you tell us a little bit about it? Introduce yourself.
Well, thank you. My name's Pam Avery, and two of my paintings are behind me. I work large, medium, small, varying sizes for particular shows. And the two behind me, just before rain, is on the right, and then behind me on the left is transformation. So titles come to me from stories or colors in the sky, weather. If I'm walking in the evening and looking, I'll see multiple, values and tones of violets and blues, and or working through a problem solving, such as transformation, that kind of idea. Also, if someone tells me a story like a couple walking on a pilgrimage in Europe, that tends to resonate with me, and then I internalize it, and I called the painting, what did I call it? They were traveling trailblaze is what I called it. So
Pretty cool.
yeah.
So, are all your paintings, is that acrylic that you're working in? What paint are you using?
This is acrylic, and sometimes I add oil bar or chalk pastel, oil pastels.
Okay.
I took a collage workshop during the last winter, and that gave me ideas of working with paper on board.
A lot of possibilities
A
there.
lot of possibilities with abstract.
So, how do you feel like your process has taken shape with COVID-19 happening? Are you able to access your studio? How does it feel to be there if you are? Tell us a little bit about that.
My studio's 15 minutes away, down Midtown area, and so I'm there a lot now. That's where I work. I also do pottery, and my pottery wheels at home, so I can just go outside on the patio and work in the pottery. And but in the studio, I'm alone a lot, which I enjoy, or I'm working with a small group of artists. There's 17 artists in the art studios. But as far as keep my motivation going, and I'm still in shows that, they may be online, and I was affected with the Roseville Civic Center in winter. I was all excited about that show, and I prepared 25 paintings for the show, but then the Civic Center closed during the COVID-19.
Yeah,
So
I'm sorry
the
that
paintings
happened.
were in there. They were still there. So it was the excitement, the buildup of being in the show, but then the disappointment of it having to close and no one could see the show from March to June. But
So
out of that came another show.
That's great. Will you have another, will you be able to show those pieces when you open your studio up this weekend?
I've got, well, some of the paintings are out still in two different places, but I've got a series, my newest paintings, some of my newest ones done during the summer. Yeah, I'm going to give a tour in the studio this afternoon and give a demo on some textural techniques.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about your textural techniques? I'd love to hear a little bit about your process.
Well, you can see some of it behind me, and just before rain, there's some layering. I do a lot of layering, and then I use various gadgets and tools to scratch and scrape and drag that I have, like painting wedges and combs and brushes. So acrylic paint adapts very well to texturing and layering. And then I want to also balance the composition with open areas. There's a lot more consideration of the composition in that way. How to break it into fragments, but how to unify it in colors and shapes and form.
Okay. Do you have a name or a working title for this most recent series of work that you're working on?
I can't say there's a theme. I
Okay.
would just say that some of the paintings are very large canvases, 48 by 48, and the size, kind of gives you a limitation or an open field for using whatever materials you need.
Okay.
I've got a 48 by 60. Varying moods with the COVID-19. Sometimes I just go really bright and strong with the bold colors, and sometimes I go very muted with the more white. It really depends on the day or the week. With all the wildfires, we've got a lot of gray sky right now.
Yeah, things can change pretty quickly, right?
Yeah, my moods change.
The feelings are up and down a lot lately, I think, for everyone. You're in
Yeah.
good company with that for sure. I'm loving the two different, I feel like the two paintings behind you right now have, one's a lot more activated and the other one has some of those areas of quiet or calm that you were sort of describing. Were they
Yeah.
created close together in close proximity, time-wise or physical close proximity?
Well, let's see. Just Before Rain was done during this spring of 2020, and the transformation was done during the winter, I would say early January. Interesting enough. One of the paintings at the studio is called Sundancer, and it's a Native American story that I was reading about Geronimo, a Southwest Apache warrior. So, and I internalize different subject matter at any given moment.
Okay, it's good. It's good to find inspiration.
It is good. I don't usually do that, take a story but it recalled memories of a Sundance ceremony that I went to in Davis. And so the colors, a lot of yellows, and references to Native American art.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said tomorrow or today, later today, you're going to be showing some of your techniques. Are you going to
Today
be going
at
live
1 to 2:30 today.
1 to 2:30 today? Okay. And will
Yeah.
you be going live on Sunday as well, or just today?
I believe so. There's 2 other artists I'm working with.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that I'm going to go at 1 tomorrow. That's a given. Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. Since you make ceramic work and very abstract paintings, do you feel like, I guess do you have a bridge between them, or conceptual bridge that ties the two, or are they just very different practices for you?
I would definitely say they tie in. I'm also a dancer. I've been a trained dancer all my life, and I forgot to mention that the gestural movement and just knowing about space, the movement in space affects both my ceramics and the painting.
That's interesting. I did not know you were a dancer. I didn't know that at all. So this is pretty cool.
It is cool.
What other creative things do you do that we don't know about, Pam?
A lot. But Middle Eastern dancing and music, the cultural aspect, the world view. I mean, I enjoy that, you know.
Okay.
In the ceramics, there's a lot of structure. You know, you get on the wheel, you throw your pot, you trim it, you fire it, you glaze it. I think that's given me a lot of discipline, along with the teaching in the high school, at the high school level for 21 years. It's all given me some discipline to get in there and get busy. I may start right away in painting, or I may consider what I'm going to be doing. It depends on the moment, really.
So you're a teacher of high school students. You're teaching art
I
then?
was
Okay.
teaching high school art, yeah.
Did you feel like that was a motivator for you and for your work?
Well, at the time, my last couple of years, I had the studio, and I would work in the summer and on holidays. I'd say it brought something a lot to my students as far as selling the work and working with customers, being confident about talking about your work. You know, it's something we're all learning continuously, but it was a whole aspect I brought to my students, because I showed their work in the studio, the gallery, on second Saturdays when we were open. And, you know, I tried to present a different aspect of art, to take them out of the classroom and bring it into the community. That was really a main part of my teaching.
That's pretty cool that you were able to make that element of being an artist and having that art experience very real for them. I definitely think you went above and beyond. I don't know if every teacher would have taken that on, because that is a big project to do. And the space that you have there alone, that open space, that's a very large space. So I
Yeah.
know that's a lot of work to even think about installing that much art for a student show. You know, that probably wasn't mandatory. So way to be an awesome teacher, Pam.
Well, there's a lot of teachers that belong to the California Arts Association, and I belong to that throughout my teaching career. So you know, a lot of teachers are artists, and they struggle to find the time to have in their studio, you know, but it's important to bring it to their students.
Yeah. Well,
And share it.
thank you, Pam, so much for being a part of Open Studios again this year. I know that you have a lot of returning fans, and I'm sure they're very excited to see your work and get to learn more from you and be able to sort of experience it virtually, even though we can't be in person this year. So good luck. And if you guys are out there and watching this, hop into Pam's studio. It's going to be really easy later today, and it sounds like tomorrow as well.
Thank you so much, Kate.
Thank you, Pam. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too. Enjoy.